Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about the same project that is based on COVID-19 data for prediction, and in this video we are going to working on data flow. So data flow is also one of the functionality that provided by the Azure Data Factory, and it is one of the most simplest functionality, and you will love it while doing it. So without further ado, let's start with it. So as you already know that in the previous video, initially we have taken the data from the blob storage and copied the same data in the data lake storage using some pipelining. So these are the pipelining that we already did, and these are the data based on that, and we use the http functionality to take the data set and copy it to the Azure, and copy it to the data lake. So now we are going to perform some data flow operations. So we partition the data set into two. One is for the confirmed cases and death data, and the other one is for the hospital admissions data. So for confirmed cases and death data, we have already prepared a, a flow chart, or you can say it as a PDF, PPT, whatever. So I have taken this PPT as a reference from the Udemy. So without further ado, let's started with the workflow. So here data flow is based on cases and death file. So first is we can use the data flow for transformation of those particular data. So what we require here is, we need to first understand the requirement of the data, then we need to perform source transformation, then we need to perform the filter transformation. After that we need to perform select transformation, then we need to perform pivot transformation, and then the lookup transformation, and finally we will perform sync transformation. And note that we can't directly debug the data, and to debug this particular file, to save it into a data lake storage, we need to perform the pipelining operations for this particular data flow. So we'll be looking into that in details. So let us understand for what is data flow. So it is a code free data transformations, so we don't need to understand any code to execute the data flow, and it is very easy to execute. It is executed on data factory managed database Spark clusters, and note that those clusters will be remain switched on for 1 hour, and it will turn off after 1 hour of idle time. So you need to make sure that your data mm, Spark clusters never turned off, and if at all it turned off, then no worries, you can execute the same pipeline using adding the manual triggers. And for manual trigger, how we did that, I will go through to that in details. So without further ado, let's start with our demo project. So I have already created a data flow. So first I will explain you about the data transform cases and dates. So let's open this one. So here you can see my data flow structure. So first I have created a sample um, data flow structure, and it is used for source transformation. So after creating this particular file, you can see that I have given the name over here. The type should be the data set, that we give the data set from the data lake storage, or it is already presented in our data set. So raw cases and that you can see it has been presented over here. Then we keep everything as it is, then we can use the data preview to preview our data set. Once it is done, we have added a filter data. So filter transformation is used to filter some particular data based on some particular conditions. For example, here we are taking the Europe data only into consideration. So every data other than the Europe data, every other continent data should be dropped off from our column. So that's our main motto. So, and for all other data it will be given as null. So then we also did the data preview for the same data set. Then we have used the select transformation, and here we are just selecting the required field based on our conditions. So these are the required field that is selected. So let me again go back to our particular project. So here there is one workflow that has a structure that has been given. So you can see that this is the filter data and there are two files. One is the ECDC raw data file and one is the transformed file. So here country should remain the same as it is, and the country code should be generated into country code 3 digit, and all the 2 digit country code should be sent into the lookup data in the data lake storage. We don't need the continent part, so we can delete it as it is based on Europe only. Population will be remain as it is. We can merge the indicator daily count, and this should be given as cases count and dates count. So and we will give the date as the reported date, so we'll modify it and we will delete the trade 14 day, and we will move the source to the file. So this is the previous file and this is the updated file. So after completing all those things, we will be store this lookup data in the data lake storage. Then these have been renamed after the filtered row. So these will be the sample flowchart that we have been using in our following task. So after that, after performing this, let me just zoom it. After performing the select only column, we will perform the pivot transformation. So I will show you what I did here. So I have selected the name, I have given the incoming string fields, then I have modified let me then I have modified the column and give it keep it as it is, and then we selected the data preview part. So then we have, excuse me one second, okay, so then we have used lookup transformation, and lookup transformation we have used. So and we have given the primary stream as pivot counts and lookup stream as country lookup, and it will look for the some country based on our condition that we have given. Then we are using select, then we are using sync transformation, and it here it is used to select for the sync data. First we will need to select the column for syncing, then we will be modifying the column based on that. We will sort the column, then we will send the data for sync. After that, this is the sync data. Here it create a we create a different data source for lookup, and we will pointing it to the lookup data to take the data from the lookup part. So here I have created a lookup data, so let me show you that. So here I have already given the lookup data, and that is the country lookup for this case. So after performing the task, we will run the pipeline for this particular flow. So here it is the here the pipeline is the DF transform case data. So for here we have taken the pipeline from this. We drag simply the drag and drop process, and after that we will publish the thing, and then we have run it. Note that if it switched on, then you can see that it has been successfully run, and you can also see the details over here. So this is the execution details. So let me go back to the author page. So if it turn off, then simply go to add trigger, click on trigger now and click on OK. So it will be manually added a new trigger. So you can monitor your trigger over here. So here you can monitor your trigger in the pipeline runs. And we did the similar process for the hospital admissions. So over here for hospital admissions, I have created a different data flow that is for daily basis and one is for weekly basis. So here we have created a source transformation. Then after giving the source transformation data set, we have used the select transformation. In the select transformation, we give a country source. So the source can be pointed to the lookup transformation, and for here lookup transformation we have given a dim date file. So I will show you that. Here is the dim date file, so that is pointing in the lookup transformation. Then we select the field, then we have used this split function, that is the for that can be used. So you can simply go for the split function taking this mark. So it can be called as conditional split. So in the conditional split, we have split in two conditions. One condition is for weekly basis and one condition is for daily basis. In the weekly basis, we join the function using the date function. Then we perform the pivot operations and join the date function. Then you can sort the function using the sort functionality, and also you can select you can perform select transformation, and then you can sync the particular data. And the same thing can be done for daily basis. So once this data has been driven and all the settings have been made, you can click on publish data, and I have created a different author data. So let me show you. I created a different pipeline. So click on pipeline. You can go to move and transform, drag and drop the new data flow, click the data flow, and then click on debug, and you can see the process gets succeeded, and you can easily monitor that using this spectacle bot option. So after performing the same task, you can come back and you can check that all the and one thing I need to mention you that whenever this function gets succeeded, you can see that there are many file like let me show you. So once this file gets succeeded, you can initially you will see there are many files over here. So to make it into the one file, so what you need to do is to go to the data flow, then go to the sync file, then in the optimize option you can go to the sync. Here currently it was by default it was using current partitioning, so you need to go to click on single partition, then come back to setting, and in the setting option you need to drag and drop, and sorry, you need to drop down and click onto output to single file, and then you can click on clear the folder, so it will clear the following folder. So the same process can be done for mm, the daily basis and also for the cases and dates. So then you can see that all this file has been come into a single folder. So here it is one single folder containing all the file. So let me open this file. So here you can see that the data is based on the country, and here based on the country it is given the country code, and the country code is for it is the 2-digit country code and it is the 3-digit country code. And remember that we have already given the option for both the country code, that's why we have been displayed with to both 2-digit country code and 3-digit country code. And here it is given the population of that particular country. So then after getting the population, here it is given the cases. So these note that this data set is based on old data, so it is not updated. So you may get varying cases, so don't refer it with the current cases. So these are the count of cases and these are the count of date. And note that if you have taken the reference from that particular GitHub file, then our data is same, so we will get the same output. So these are the date count and this is the cases count. And similarly for daily data, I have, so let me show you, it is loading. So for daily data, these are the country, and similarly we have given the country code in 2 digit, the country code in 3 digit. So over here, this is the entire population of the country. These are the dates. So you may see hashes over here, but you can refer to date over there. And then you can, over here is the hospital occupancy count, means we can call it as a bed count, and here the ICU occupancy count. So in some of the field you can see there is null, means no data available, but in most of the cases you will find the count. And note that if our data is same, then we will get the same output. So after performing with this pipelining operation and data flow, we will be doing with our data transformation using Databricks or workflow. So I will explain you that in my next video. So thank you guys, have a nice day.